Alright guys, so it's time for another update video, and I thought I'd go ahead and talk a little bit about Demon. As you can see, he's still in pieces. I need to fix this. The only reason why I haven't put him back together is, well, yeah, the wires are in really bad shape. In fact, a lot of the lights didn't even work. So I need to go ahead and replace all of that. And here is a replacement wire. Problem is, well, red and white isn't exactly going to look good on Demon, so let's go ahead and there you go. I dyed it, kind of. It's at least a lot darker. I'm not too sure if I want to use it though. I'm gonna have to scrounge around and see if I can find some of that old black and white wire, because that just, oh, it's gonna stick out so badly. This is why I hate Rit dye anymore. Rit dye used to be so powerful and it was able to dye any kind of plastic. And now, ever since they changed the formula, it's just not as impactful. Oh well, let's go into the garage. Well, it turns out that I do have some of this wire left. Is it going to be enough? Well, we'll find out. This wire looks different. Why does this wire look different? Huh. I'll use whatever. Anyways, I have a new problem. I don't know if I have enough LEDs. Well, let's go ahead and start and see how far I can make it. Alright, so it's going alright. I have enough light bulbs at least. I'm going to do one light less, because in my old design I had 2 LEDs right here. I'm just going to go ahead and have 1. I think that should be just enough. So 8 in total. Wires are going well. Had a bit of a problem though. The switch, where I don't even know where it is, because you can see I'm very unorganized at the moment. Aha! Wow, I actually found it. Check this out. It's not supposed to bounce back like that. Basically, when I was soldering on the old wires, it warped the casing because of the soldering iron was too close, I suppose, and it messed up the mechanism inside. So this is now trash. Thankfully, I have one of my very old switches that I used to use on Demon's original body, and it still works. And this is just going to stand in as a temporary until I can find a better switch. Well, anyways, I'm almost there, so let's go and finish up. Alright, so everything's hooked up, and bam, they work! Alright, let's get inside Demon. Alright, so everything's in, but some of the wires are too long. So let's go ahead and make them short. There we go. All the wires have been trimmed, and everything is sitting in there nice. Other than the switch, and I'm not even going to mount this because this switch is, as you can see, if I barely mess around with it, yeah, it's not a good switch. I'll eventually have to find a new one. But anyways, yeah, Demon now has LEDs. Now I have to put them back together. Here's a fun little fact though. There is a little piece of plastic that I use underneath here as kind of like a backboard support for my LiPo battery. Now if you look, this is blue paint. This is from Demon's original chassis. This is the only part on him that is original to his very first stock build. And yeah, I painted his chassis blue, but yeah, it's so weird to see this. Ugh, I forgot about it completely. But yeah, that sits all the way back here, and yeah, let's go ahead and get inside. Okay, so, well, I guess I should go ahead and get that all put together, and then, I got a lot to do. You know what, let's just, alright, now that that's taken care of, I need to go ahead and see what's up with this shock, because it should not be leaking like this. Ugh. And there you have it. Somehow the bottom part of the shock came completely unscrewed. I don't even want to know how that happened. Honestly, either ways, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it up and refill it. And there you have it. Demon is finally back together. Oh, this poor RC. Well, anyways, other than Demon being put back together, I do need to get new batteries for his LED lights and the wheels. Oh well, one thing at a time. I have a few upgrades I need to do. Couple bumpers, not too exciting. Still got the LED light bar, and of course I got the awesome wheelie bar mount for Nexus, which Genesis RC gave me. So I was going to do these all this week because I had some extra days off, but I ended up doing everything around the house instead. But at least I got Demon back together. Yay! Anyways, let's go ahead and jump to the channel shoutouts. Channel shoutouts this week go to RC Trend, PlatinumRC, Christian Reitzel, Moose Clan RC, and Deadman RC. Guys, if you want a chance to a channel shoutout, all you have to do is ask for one in the comments below. If I choose you, then you will get one next week. Alright guys, so we have a lot of Q&A to go through. Since I didn't do it last week, I have 2 weeks of Q&A to go through. So, let's go ahead and begin. First one comes from Teddy Bjork. What is the best dry shaft for a Traxxas / two-wheel drive brushless? I would have to say the high velocity CVDs that Traxxas makes. You can also, for a cheaper option, get the heavy duty rear CVDs for the / 4x4. They will fit and they are step up, but not as expensive as the high velocity CVD ones. Next question comes from Schwent RC Racing. If you could move anywhere in the US, where would it be and why? Ooh, probably Colorado. I like Colorado. I just like the mountainous ranges they have over there, and I've always been a forest person. Not to mention they get snow over there. We don't really get snow here. Next question comes from Monsta48. Hey Jason, love the videos. I have a 6-year-old Traxxas Rustler named Deimos with the SV3 Castle Creation ESC and motor. I have a question. My truck loses power every time I try to steer the truck and it won't turn still without me helping it. What should I do? Wow, that sounds like something is messed up. How old is the system? SV3. That's interesting. It sounds like you need a new system, honestly. That's not good. I would definitely try to narrow it down if it's the remote or if it's actual ESC. Yeah, test out the remote first because either one of them could be the culprit. Next one comes from Justin's RCs. If you were to get into racing and you had a choice on race on carpet, AstroTurf, clay, dirt, or loose dirt, what would you choose and why? I personally would race on carpet and clay. I would love to race on dirt. Carpet has been something that's been picking up a lot of momentum lately, or at least I've been seeing a lot of people getting into it. I would actually like to try carpet too. But yeah, definitely dirt and carpet. Next question comes from Chevy RC. 38 years old. Am I close? No, I'm not that old. Next question comes from Ian Akers. What happened to Coyote? We just ended up going different ways. This has been a question that people ask all the time, and I actually answered it a few times already on Q&A, but life just happens and we went different directions. I mean, we didn't end on a bad note, it's just he lives way on the other side of the country compared to where I am, so it's not exactly easy to get in touch with him. Not to mention our schedules and everything else are just always complete opposite of each other, so just over time we just fell out of communication. Next question comes from National RC. Could you do a separate episode on your RCs and on your workshop, kind of like a behind the scenes? I could do that. I wouldn't mind doing it at all. Titanium RC. And you don't make any money on YouTube? Yes, I do make money on YouTube. I can't tell you how much because that's part of the agreement when you sign up with YouTube. I have been purposely putting it on hold as of late, and I'm gonna get all the payment for the past few months this month. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and buy, first of all, the ESC for Creeper, and then just random other things at whatever's left over. Next question comes from Genesis RC. What's the most insane crash you've had? That would be when I was trying to jump Demon over a hole that was in the street, and I broke the aluminum steering links. It was a pretty gnarly crash. I broke aluminum parts though, and I was so upset about that. Next question comes from EclipticheRC. Would 19-tooth pinion and an 86-tooth spur be good for a 2.8 trenchers? Oh yeah, definitely. That is pretty good actually. Next question comes from PyroRC. Do you think you will ever get the Traxxas Bigfoot? Maybe. I would like to get a new Stampede. It'd be interesting to get a Bigfoot. Next one comes from iPod Guy 55. Have you ever broken any RPM parts, and if so, which ones? Ironically, I have broken the RPM front bumper for Demon twice, actually. Never drive an RC around in the cold, freezing cold, with RPM parts, because the cold just makes that plastic brittle, and it's amazing how easily they'll break. But that's when I did my how-to video on sending in the RPM bumper, and I got one replaced for free, so I can't complain about that. Alright guys, so those are all the questions from last week. Now, oh wait, 2 weeks ago. So these are the questions now from last week. First one, we're going to start off with MK Films. Why are you always sick, bro? I've been sick so much this year. I don't know why. I'm not the only one though. A lot of people I know have been getting continuously sick. I think just whatever's been going around has mutated from medicines. I don't know. But I'm not sick anymore, knock on wood. But yeah, I kept getting sick. Driving me nuts. But I'm good now. Anyways, will you ever get a crawler? I would love to get a crawler. I would love to get an axial, and I think that would be one of the coolest things is to go up into the mountains, since there's mountains in this city, and just do some crawling in the forest. I think that would be so cool, and get some footage. That's one thing I would love to do. Next question comes from Andrew Evans. I just got a new Traxxas T-Max. What are some good upgrades for it? I think I just covered this question a few weeks ago. Let me get Titan. Alright, so definitely want to get better tires. RPM, you can do so much with the RPM on this thing. The front RPM bumper is a good start. One of the things I felt like was a must is aluminum skid plates on the bottom. And the other upgrade that you're going to want to do is definitely get the big bore shocks, or at least aluminum shocks in general, because the plastic ones, they will break so easily. This is a very heavy RC, and I don't know what it is about it, but without aluminum shocks, they just break so easily. I don't know what it is about that. And the last thing I can go ahead and suggest is you can go ahead and get steel drive lines as well as CVDs. Other than that, this RC is pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really broken mine yet. Knock on wood. I love this RC actually. I want to drive this thing again. I miss driving this. It's always so late when I wake up and I have time to do things that I can't really drive it because the neighbors are going to complain again that my RCs are too loud. You know, I just realized I don't have stainless steel screws on this RC yet. And I'm seeing rust on some of these screws. That's not good. I'm gonna have to get some screws. Alright guys, and that is it for the Q&A. I want to go ahead and say thank you everyone for all the support, especially with me being sick, tolerating me, doing all this stuff. Oh, it's been a rough start. Money is finally stable. I get to go get my glasses. I was going to do it this week, but no, I ran out of time. So I had to do it next week. With that taken care of, everything is caught up. And yes, I can relax and start buying even more upgrades. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been holding back my YouTube payout, whatever you want to call it, money, until it reaches a certain amount. And then I'm going to get a whole bunch at once, hopefully, and it's supposed to happen this month. But yes, I will be getting a new ESC for Creeper. I need to get you your stainless steel screw kit and just a few other random things that I've been putting off for a long time that I need to do. Other than that, guys, yeah, nothing else. I need to do these upgrade videos as soon as I can. If I have time tonight, I'll do one or two. Not sure if I can. It's already so late and I have a long day tomorrow, because tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and working in a bar on St. Patrick's Day is not fun, especially when you have specials going all weekend. People want to drink. Ugh. People always find a reason to drink, but when they actually have a reason to drink, hey caramba. Anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. Don't get sick like I have been doing numerous times. Keep RCing and remember to have some fun. And I'll see you guys next week.